Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for NFL Wildcard Saturday on January 15th, 2022. My name is Steve, and we're going to have 3 picks here for you today that I think are great value bets for these 2 NFL games that we got between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. So looking forward to these 2 football games, guys. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 1,500 subscribers here by the end of the week, and I can't do it without your help. You guys are absolutely unbelievable. I really do appreciate all of you and our community. If you're a returning viewer, please also consider hitting that like button. It really does help us out as well. Be sure to check out our community Discord. We'll have a link down in the comment section and in the description of that where you can check that out. It's a great place to connect with our community and to get new ideas for bets. And that's really the best part about this, guys, is our community. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to also put your favorite pick for the NFL Saturday action down below in the comment section. We'd love to hear what you guys are playing, what you guys are thinking. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, now I got to give a couple of quick shout outs here to our Straight Fire MVPs. Yes, we got 2 of them so far. 2 new ones that signed up. We got Gotta Get the Bag, our newest Straight Fire MVP. Guys, he's an absolute legend on this channel. He has been with us for quite a while. He puts out a lot of great research in our Discord channel. We are going to be a big fan of his when he starts up his YouTube channel. We've been talking to him a lot about that. So let's give it up for Gotta Get the Bag. And we also have Shane Davis as also our newest Straight Fire MVP. Give it up for Shane, guys. Absolutely unbelievable. Thank you so much, Shane. And Gotta Get the Bag. You guys are awesome. Appreciate the support. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there's a link down below, the join button. We'll also have a link in the description where you can check that out. No pressure on that stuff. Just wanted to give a couple quick shout outs. We will work that a little bit differently in the future. We'll actually have them running across the screen. But we're getting there. So bear with me. As far as our results from the previous episode, so for last Sunday NFL football, we went 2-2. We were able to cash the Josh Allen over for rushing yards, and we were able to cash the over in the Titans-Texans game. We missed on the Jonathan Taylor over for rushing yards, and we missed on the Chargers spread. What an unbelievable game to the end of that game, though, huh? So what can you do? We're going to get after it today, though. We're going to get into these 3 picks. So let's get right into our picks. At number 1, we are going with Joe Mixon over 19.5 rushing attempts here for the Cincinnati Bengals at minus 102 odds. So, guys, tomorrow it's going to be cold. The playoffs are starting. I'm anticipating some rushing of the football tomorrow from, honestly, all the teams, but particularly the Bengals and particularly the Patriots, right? Bengals have a very talented running back in Joe Mixon, and I think he can really help Joe Burrow out here, who's making his first playoff start. So that's obviously very significant. You want to take some pressure off of Burrow for sure. The playoffs are definitely different. Definitely a different feel when you get there. Now the weather is going to be 32 degrees and dropping at kickoff. So it'll get a little bit colder as we get into the night there in Cincinnati. Mixon has had career success already versus the Raiders to this line. He's had 72 carries in 3 games versus the Raiders. So it's an average of 24 a game. He had 30 carries in his first matchup with the Raiders earlier this season. So we love seeing that. That game was played in Vegas. And that's a lot of how it played out. They relied on Mixon there to win that game. And I look at this game as being kind of the same. The Raiders really can't afford to adjust to Mixon due to how hot Joe Burrow's been in the passing game lately. So I just don't see any way that the Raiders could justify dropping a safety down in the box to defend against Mixon. With the way Burrow's been lighting it up lately. I mean, he had a 500-yard passing game here recently. He's been absolutely crushing it. Now, you look at Mixon's line to this on the season. He's 4-12 to this line on the year. So this is what we call a contrarian play. Definitely, you don't love to see that in a lot of ways. But you got to consider a lot of those games. Like I said, he played the Chiefs. A lot of high-scoring shootouts. And a lot of good run defenses there. He played the Ravens twice. He played the Browns twice. And that creates a lot of problems, obviously, for Mixon. But this is a solid matchup overall for Mixon. Raiders allow the 14th most rushing yards in the NFL, so that's solid. I'm not saying it's, fantastic. It's not in the top 10, but it's still solid. Mixon has had 16-plus carries in 11 out of 16 games this year, so that's solid. Like I said, he's about at this line just about every game. He's had games with 19. The one time I took him over 19.5. He had 19 on the dot, and it was a really bad beat. The game versus the Chargers where he fumbled and went back the other way for a touchdown, so it opened up the game in favor of the Chargers, and they never ran it again after that with Mixon, which was really sad. So, I'm willing to go back to him here. I think he's going to get a lot of carries. He's going to help Joe Burrow out in the cold here, and look for the Bengals here to rely on him. So love it there for our number 1 pick. Joe Mixon over 19.5 rushing attempts here for the Bengals at minus 102 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we are rolling with the under 48.5 points in the Raiders-Bengals game at minus 110 odds. So guys, this is an unbelievable statistic that actually has some relevance to me. This total that this is set, 48.5, this total has gone under in 12 straight meetings between these two teams, dated back to 1991, which was actually the year I was born. So that was just crazy when I saw that stat. I was scrolling through. I'm like, wow, the over really hasn't hit in this series, including this season when it was 32-13 Bengals out in Vegas. I anticipate the game going in a similar fashion, right? I anticipate the running game being heavily featured here for the Bengals, and even the Raiders are going to need to run the ball too. I honestly could see this being an ugly football game played in the 30s. Despite the fact that the Bengals offense has been really hot lately, I get that, but like I said, playoffs are different. Joe Burrow's making his first start. It's going to be cold. So I'm anticipating the under hitting. I still think the Bengals definitely win this game for sure. Like I said, I definitely see the under hitting. Now, by the numbers, there's actually a slight edge to the over if you're going by the numbers. The Bengals score 27.8 points per game at home. Raiders score 21.8 points per game on the road. Bengals allow 26.7 points per game at home, and the Raiders allow 25.9 points per game on the road. So if you average all that out, you're left just over 50 as far as your average goes. So you can say there was a slight edge to the over, but I'm taking the weather into consideration here. I'm taking Joe Burrow's, first playoff game into consideration here, and I'm not going to ignore the weather. The weather is a big factor when it comes to over-unders, and I think it will be here. It is going to be cold. It's going to be in the 20s, guys. So definitely anticipate, both these teams really relying on, for one, Josh Jacobs and Joe Mixon. So love the under here, guys, for our number 2 pick, under 48.5 points in the Raiders-Bengals game at minus 110 odds. Okay, and finally, at number 3, we are rolling with Damian Harris over 58.5 rushing yards here for the New England Patriots at minus 114 odds. So Damian Harris in 2 games versus my Buffalo Bills, it's gone over 100 yards in both games, which is a little nutty when you really think about it. Bills actually had a pretty good rated rush defense early on in the season. They've really tailed off at the end of the year. They have not defended the run very well at all. A lot of teams have had success running the football. Even Leonard Fournette had over 100. Cam Newton had 70. It's just not a good situation, guys. I don't love it. So this game honestly scares me for the Bills. I really want the Bills to win, but we gotta go where the research points us, and it points us here to Damian Harris. The weather is going to be really cold again. A lot worse than we just talked about the Bengals game. It's going to be about 0 degrees and probably some negative wind chills there. So Patriots definitely going to look to stick to the runs. They only threw it 3 times in that matchup in Buffalo earlier in the season when we saw the wind conditions, and we are going to have a little bit of wind here as well. But look for the Patriots to rely on the run if they can. The Bills obviously could not adjust to it. They went to New England, and Harris still ran for over 100. So that tells you something right there. The Bills still struggle to adjust to the Patriot running game. So, Bills rush defense down to 13th now in the NFL. That is not good from where they were. They were first a lot of the year, and then they just gave that up, and they have not been very good. Now, Damian Harris is actually 5 out of 10 in his last 10 games to this line, but he's had 4 games in that time period that have gone over 100. So when he breaks the line, he breaks it by a lot, and I'm looking for them to do that here. It makes a lot of sense in this particular matchup. Given the weather, given his success already against the Buffalo Bills, like I said, it's going to be really, really cold. And if you guys wanted to know, actually, tickets to this game are about $40. Those people that are not even going to this game because it's going to be so cold. You think Mac Jones is going to want to throw the football unless he threw it 3 times up in Buffalo the last time. I'm not saying it's going to be that bad, but I'm not looking for him to really air it out here. It's not ideal conditions here for Mac Jones. So love it there, guys, for our number 3 pick. We're going Damian Harris over 58.5 rushing yards here for the Patriots at minus 114 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our official picks. I did have a few additional thoughts on this game as well, since I didn't have a fourth pick here on the Bills game. I do lean heavily with the under here, right? Over-under set to 44 for the Bills-Patriots. It's really hard not to like the under here, guys. Particularly with it being the playoffs, with the weather being what it is. Definitely foresee that game going under. I didn't want to force a play that I wasn't 100% confident in. But I definitely have a strong lean on that under. So, I'm definitely looking for that. And also, I think there's some decent value on the Josh Allen anytime touchdown. If you guys want to take an anytime touchdown shot where you're getting paid out some good money, Josh Allen sitting at plus 170, I think is a really nice look. I see him honestly laying his body on the line in Buffalo to beat the Patriots. I honestly could see him getting some great goal line looks. He scored 6 rushing touchdowns on the season. Is there a lot of great data to back it up? No, that's why I didn't make it an official play. But I think for the value for plus 170, I think it's a really solid look if you guys want something more in that realm. So anyway, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the content today. If you did, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, we have the join button down below. There's also a link in the description if you want to support the channel in that way. Like I said, no pressure on that stuff. Just want to let you guys know that it is there. We appreciate the ones that signed up there. Got to Get the Bag and Shane Davis. I appreciate you both. I really do. The support that we've had here on the channel has been overwhelming. It's been really unbelievable. I've had a lot of great times here on the channel, getting to talk to a lot of new people here. So it really has been awesome. So enough of the sappy stuff, though. Good luck on your bets. Let's have some fun watching football. We are doing a live stream for the Patriots-Bills game as well, so be sure to join us for that. We have a lot of fun at those. Just getting to hang out with the community and stuff. We have a watch party, and we have game audio going, so those are always fun. I always enjoy hanging with you guys. But other than that, that's going to do it for me. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you next time. Peace out.